Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video is going to be side rushed dress for our princesses today, and you can see my fabric is folded into four and I don't have any zipper allowance because it's not going to be having a zipper on this dress. And the first thing I did is to mark a straight line to serve as our starting point, and then from that straight line I'm going to go ahead and mark 8 inches for my bust point. So this gown is for a 6-year-old and I am marking at 8 inches because I don't want it to be a fitted gown. Remember, it's not going to be having a zipper. So if you want yours to be fitted, please do well to add zipper to your so that she can be able to wear it. And then I'll go ahead and mark my half length at 13 inches. Remember, it's not going to be a fitted one, so that's what is affecting the measurement. So I just connected the line straight. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and mark my neckline. And for the width of my neckline, I am marking at 3 inches. And then for the depth, I'm marking at 3 inches as well. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect this for a round neck. And remember the neckline, if yours is not going to be having zipper, remember to consider the passage of the head while marking your neckline. Then for my back neckline, I am marking 1 inch down and then I'll connect it to the neck width. So the first neckline I marked is for my front one. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my shoulder measurement divided by 4. I'll make a point there and I'll connect this line to my bust point. And then from that shoulder measurement, I'm going to go ahead and mark the length of my sleeve. So for this, I am marking at 7 inches and then I'm adding 2 inches allowance, stitching allowance to 8. And then I'll connect this line straight to meet our bust point. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'll connect it to our starting point, our starting line. Then from that shoulder slope, I'm going to go ahead and mark my sleeve opening. That's my round sleeve, which is at 6 inches, and then I'm adding 1 inch stitching allowance to it, because we are going to be joining at the shoulder and then at the lower armhole. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this line. But before we connect it to our bust point, we're going to go ahead and insert our bust point divided by 4, and then I'm adding 2 inches allowance. So these 2 inches, I'm going to be using ½ inch as stitching allowance, and then the remaining 1.5 is for ease. So if you want to increase yours for your stitching allowance, please do well to do that. So I'll go ahead and connect this. You can see the way I curved my armhole. Once you are getting to your bust point, you curve it a little bit, just like you see me do. And because my bust point and my waist point is the same measurement, I will just connect it straight. And then I'm still placing my tape at the starting point. I'm going to go ahead and mark the full length of the gown. And the full length of my gown is 30 inches. So I'll mark the 30 inches and then I'll be adding about 5 inches extra to it, and then I added 2 inches for my stitching allowance. So the reason for adding this extra 5 inches is so that you see what you're going to be using to draw the cloth up. That's that lush effect. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this line straight. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and connect this line coming from the waist in a slanted form to the end of the gown. But if you want yours to be fitted, please go ahead and do what works for you. But for me, I'm doing a slanted line from the waist, coming from the waist. And that's all for this cutting. I'll cut my back neckline first before separating it to cut the front one. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, join the family. And to my old subscribers, you guys know I love you. Thank you for all your support, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up as usual and leave a loving comment for me. I like hearing from you. Thank you all. Thank you very much. So I decided to use my face to cut out facing for this. You can pipe yours if you want. So my fabric is folded into two, and then I'll go ahead and place my neckline on it, making sure that the center neckline is matching the center of the folded fabric, and making sure that I have about 3 inches allowance away from the neckline. So once I pin this down, I'll go ahead and cut out the exact what I have on my neckline exactly, and then cut out my shoulder area before cutting out the one for the round. So for this round, I have about 3 inches for it. So this is for our pocket, and I think I have 8 inches by 8 inches for a square. So I'll fold in the upper side of the pocket and stitch it down. Once I am done stitching it down, I'll bring in my bodice and then place it around my waist. So I'm just making use of one pocket. That's why it's kind of wider than what I usually do. So I'll be going to be folding in 1/2 inch all around. Remember, you're going to be folding the upper side of the pocket before you do this one, and I'll stitch it at the remaining 3 sides. So this is for our facing. So for our facing, I'm going to be doing front facing front, and then I'll go ahead and pin this down. Once I am done pinning it down, I'm going to stitch by 1/2 inch all around, and I'll do the same thing for the other neckline as well. So this is it after we are done. This is our pocket sitting pretty well. And then for my neckline, I'm done stitching it down as well. So what I'm going to be doing is to make notches around the 2 necklines. And then I'll go ahead and turn it to the right side. If you have your serging machine, please go ahead at this point to serge this hemming area, and then also iron it down. So this is what we have after everything. So I'm going to bring in the back bodies, and then we're going to be doing front facing front. You can use your facing to cover up this neck area, but I just decided to just do it front facing front and pin it down all the way through the shoulder area. And I'll do the same thing for the other shoulder as well. Once I am done pinning, I'll stitch by 1/2 inch on both shoulders. So this is what we have at this point. So we are going to go ahead and work on our sleeve, and for the sleeve I'm going to be folding in on both sleeve area. So once we are done, you can see what we have on the sleeve. I'm going to go ahead and work on our seam side, and for this I'm going to be arranging my fabric well, and then we are going to stitch on the seam side by about 1/2 inch on both seam side. So this is it once I am done, and I also gone ahead to hem the gown. So I'm going to go ahead and measure where I want my ruched effect to start from, and for mine I want it to start from the waist, and I have 18 inches for the length of it. So I've cut out a fabric for it, and for the width of it I have 3 inches, and then for the length of the feet I have 20 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my seam area. I'm just showing you guys that I've hemmed the gown already. So I'll go ahead and fold in the 2 edges of this piece that we cut out by 1/2 inch. By the time you fold it, fold it 2 times, you have 1 inch on both sides. That's the reason we added 2 inches to it. So I'll place it, I'll make sure I centralize it on my seam side area, and then I'll fold in by 1/2 inch on both sides and stitch it down. So this is it after we are done on both sides. So you're going to be doing this on both sides of the seam line. So this is after I was done, and once you are done, you're going to stitch on the center of that piece that you added, so that by the time you are done, you will have 2 channels on that area. I hope you understand this. So you're going to be stitching on both sides, on the center I mean. So I cut out this fabric, and this fabric is double of that channel that we have plus about 10 inches. So I'm going to be passing this from one channel of it. So once I come out from that one channel, I'll pull the rope out, and then I'll pass it through the other channel and pull it downward. So this is what we have. By the time it comes out of the other channel, you have two ropes, and that's how you're going to pull it out, pull it as you want to. If you want to wear the effect that it's that's the reason for adding this. So by the time you pull it out, it will give you that lush rush effect on both sides. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you do. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, do where to hit on the subscribe button, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.